Hey guys, does capitalism have you down?
Does the constant pressure to be productive get to you?
Are you tired of being a cog in the machine?
Then we invite you to be a part of the revolution against toxic productivity by embracing the useless things.
Welcome to episode 51 of the Very Unimportant People podcast.
Do less. Wow. Sorry, 51. We're
Wow. My name's Courtney, and this week my car, I'm pretty sure got broken into.
Pretty sure.
Pretty
How
sure.
can you be pretty sure? And I am Lidia, and this week I made 2 bucket hats.
And she's wearing one right now. So
Yeah.
if you want to see it, go head over to the Instagram and check out our videos because it's pretty cute.
Yeah,
Pretty
thank
cute.
you.
And
Thank you.
what did you make it out of, Lydia? It's pretty cool. She's
I-
pretty creative.
Oh, thanks so much. It was just like this old jacket that was not being used by someone for a very, very long time. It's been sitting there for a while, and I was like, I'm going to make something out of this because my mom is such a sewy person, and I was like, I'm going to be a sewy person too. So it's been sitting there for about 2 years, and then finally I got bored enough and desperate enough because I'm out of school now and I don't have a lot of work. So I'm like, finally I got bored enough and desperate enough to do something about it. And I made a bucket hat. It's like blue and black, and it's like this sport
real
material, and it has some kind of like little designy things. There's a lot of mistakes in it. Like I literally had to cut a little piece out of it at one point because like one of the pieces was too big, but that's okay. It's homemade. It gives a character, you know?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly. Now you're
yeah.
like, I made this.
That's this one.
It's a
And then
design
the other one,
choice.
exactly, a design choice. The other one I made out of a silk dress that I bought on Shein.
Ooh.
And yeah, it was cute. I hated the dress. It looked freaking horrible on me. So I was like, this is now material. So I put in like a little bit of interfacing in between for the brim to like stiffen the brim up a little bit because silk is really hard to work with. Yeah, it was a whole thing, but it doesn't look very good.
Oh.
I really messed it up. I don't know what happened, but like I don't know, the silk might be just bad, but it just looks very crinkly, and like I tried to sew like the lines to make the brim even stiffer, but they like bubbled up in some places, so it's just not really the vibe, but that's okay. This one turned out well, so that was just the experiment, and this was the real deal.
I like it. It looks good.
Thank you. Yeah, so your car got broken into, maybe.
Maybe. We don't really know for sure what happened, but basically all I know is on Monday night we went shopping. It was like dark. It was late. There was stuff in the trunk. We both went to the trunk. We grabbed something out of the trunk. Then we walked inside. There is no memory as to who closed the trunk, but it's definitely possible that it happened, but it's possible that it did not happen because we woke up on Tuesday morning. I had to drive Janae to the airport. So we woke up at like 3:00 to go to the airport. And we walk outside and we get to the car. It's pitch black outside, 3:00 in the morning. The trunk is wide open.
Oh,
And
that
we're
would
like, oh,
really
shit.
scare me. Yeah.
It scared me a lot.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of like creeping up to the car. I was by myself when I first saw it. Like he was just being slow. So I was like
Yeah.
kind of trying to creep up to it. And I checked the inside of the car to make sure no one was in there. And then I walked around to like the passenger side. And the door was open. The passenger door was open. And I for sure know that I didn't leave the passenger door open.
Yeah.
And then I opened the door and we looked in the car. And like everything like in the cup holders and stuff like that. We have a lot of stuff in our cup holders. It was like on the seats and like spread out and like
Damn.
things were open. So it was clear that someone had like gone through the stuff.
Oh
But
my god.
We don't really keep valuable things in our car, just garbage. So
So that probably was a really fun scavenger hunt.
Yeah,
for them.
yeah.
Just looking through
Janae
straight
had-
up garbage.
yeah, Janae had like a pair of headphones that were charging in there that got stolen, but they only have to work anyways because he left them once in a parking garage overnight. And they fell out of the side of the car. And he closed the door, and then we went back the next day and parked in the same parking spot, and they were there.
Oh.
So they've never really worked since then, and that was like 2 years ago. So it wasn't too big of a loss. I think it was
Right.
more a waste of that person's time going through our garbage. But they were like pretty civilized. Like they didn't steal any of like our insurance papers or anything like that. Like we have like, you know, stuff with personal information on it in our car, as everyone does. But they didn't take any of that. They just took the headphones and left all the doors open and left. I don't know why they did that.
That's so strange.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
strange.
I wonder
but
who did it. Like, was it a youth
I
who
know.
wasn't really sure
A
what they were
youth?
doing? Because I feel like the money is in the insurance papers. I don't know why, but
I
that's
know. I
just
feel like you
what-
could do something with it.
Exactly. I'm not sure. I'm
Yeah,
not a car thief,
identity
you know?
theft.
Yeah,
You know,
maybe.
there's got to be something on there.
Call the insurance company and just like be like, that is my car, and then like get a whole lawsuit or
Yeah.
something like that. I don't know, but I feel like that's the first thing to go when people
Yeah.
rob other people's car is the insurance.
Maybe it's just like
papers.
too much work, though. You know.
Yeah, probably. He just probably wanted something, or she probably just wanted
Yeah.
something quick to just steal.
Yeah,
and
that
then
was like one
sell.
of my other theories is that maybe they were in the car, like as we were coming out, like maybe when we woke up and they saw like the lights turn on or something like that, because like the door was still open.
Oh.
I was like, who would leave the door open
Yeah,
after robbing a car? Like, at least try to make it look like you
suspicious.
weren't in there. So, like, maybe they were, and it was like 3:00 in the morning. So
Yeah,
maybe
that's-
they were kind
That's
of,
thieving hours for sure.
yeah, yeah. And then I was like spooked because
Yeah,
obviously I
I'm so
dropped
spooked.
Janaid off at the airport and then I came back alone and it was
At,
like
like,
somebody just
4.
robbed us. Yeah. And it was
Holy
like pitch
shit.
black.
Oh my
But-
god, that's so scary.
Yeah, it's fine.
I wonder if it was the same people who stole the barbecue chips. Like, similar to your situation, they left the garage open. You left your trunk open, which is an invitation for thieves.
It is. It's not confirmed that we left the trunk open. We're pretty sure we did.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if we had left the trunk open, this is where it doesn't work in my head. If we had left the trunk open, how did they get into the side door?
Right.
Because like we have like this like weird like it's a hatchback, but it's very difficult to climb from the trunk into the rest of the car.
How drunk were
And,
they?
like we have like one of those things that like covers the trunk that was still intact and stuff like
Oh.
that. So they would have had to take that off to climb through. And then the passenger door was open, and I definitely didn't leave that open. So I don't know.
Maybe
It's
they
fine,
actually
though.
did just like jimmy the lock with like a
Yeah.
coat hanger or something like that, and then
Yeah,
accidentally
or maybe
popped the
like we
trunk.
accidentally left it unlocked. That could have been an option
Could be,
as well.
could be. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think most definitely it was probably an oopsie on our part that led this to happen.
That's
There's
so
just too
funny.
many weird variables.
You
in
get
there.
robbed and you're like, oh, my bad.
I am Gen Z, you know. I'm like, oh, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. I, get
shouldn't
it.
have left my shit open instead
I'm
of the other
so
person
sorry.
should be robbing you.
I'm so sorry. We got up right when you were robbing us. Let me just. I'll go back to bed for
Did
a little
not mean
bit.
to disturb you.
Finish up.
You
finish
keep
up.
looking. Keep trying to see if there's something of value.
I'll help you. Actually, you know what?
Let me
We'll
just
go
let you
halvesies if we
know.
find something.
A little 50-50.
All right. Anyways, everyone's
Let's jump
okay.
into it.
We're live. Yeah.
We're
Let's
live.
get into it.
Okay.
I'm going first this week, and I am going to talk about Lululemon this week.
Yay! Finally, she's dropping the hammer, making it happen.
Yes. Today we're gonna spill some tea because I mentioned this briefly on like one of the previous podcasts. I don't know if anyone really
I think
caught
it was
or
the last
anyone cares. I don't think it was the last episode. It's been a minute since
Okay, maybe it was the one before.
I don't know.
The point is,
At
it
some
was
point
mentioned.
in like the last couple of weeks, it was mentioned that for a short period of time, I was working at Lululemon. And now I'm sure we've all heard that Lululemon can be an interesting workplace.
I have
and I'm
heard
here
some
to
weird
tell you,
things.
it definitely can be an interesting workplace. A little toxic, if you will. Now, before I get into the opinion, I would like to point out or make this known that I was not working in store at Lululemon. I was working at the guest education center, which was purely remote. It's online, and it's for like customer service and like the call center basically. So it's not as bad as in store.
Yeah,
So some
I've
of these
heard in-store
things
is
that I'm
pretty
going to talk
crazy.
about exist at the GEC as well, but for the most part, they are more in store. And also, before I get started, I would like to mention that I have no hate for anyone that I worked with. Everyone that I worked
Aw.
with was like lovely and kind, and I met a lot of nice people there. It's more like an upper management
Yeah.
issue than
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a direct people I worked with. So
Yeah, of course. I mean, your coworkers
love you all,
are
if
always
anyone's
going to be the
listening.
guys who are like there with you.
yeah,
in
going
the-
through it together.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
all right,
so excited to hear this entire fucking journey summarized. This shit was insane.
Yes. Well, I'm not really going to go personally directly into my journey. I did some research on like research that had been done about Lululemon, and I have some like personal experiences that can prove this or go along with this. So most of the information that I got for this came from a video on YouTube by Illuminati, but like not, the naughty is spelled like, ooh, naughty.
Ooh,
you know?
she naughty.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, a lot of the information I got from there. I'm just letting you know.
That's such a good YouTube channel. I've seen a couple of her videos
I think
too.
you actually sent that to me, this video, while I was working at Lululemon. And you're like, did you know this? And I was like, yeah, I work here. I know this.
It's like, holy shit, this shit is crazy. You're like, I deal with that on the daily.
All the time. Okay, I know.
I was like, whoa, okay. She literally working at a cult. And Illuminati always does like weird like cult videos and stuff like that. So to see Lululemon, I was like, huh. I don't remember sending it to you, but I'm sure I was like, oh my God, Courtney's working at a cult.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so first we're going to go through the work environment. We're going to go through some highlights of Lululemon's past, and then we're also going to get into the founder of Lululemon, because we can't skip on him. He's just like he's a specimen in himself. Yeah.
He was the guy who was like, if you're not a size small, then you don't wear Lululemon clothes, right? Was that guy? Or was that...
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Like he's just an overall like shitty person.
Yeah, okay.
Essentially, is the summary. So basically, Lululemon, like the workplace is so positive that it's like unhealthy, that it becomes toxic. Like you're forced to be happy every single minute of every single day, to the point where some employees have weekly meetings with their managers to talk about their peppiness at work.
What?
So basically a weekly meeting to say, were you happy enough this week? And if you weren't, you need to force yourself to be happy. There's no like, what's going on in your life? It's like, be happier.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You have to rate your own peppiness?
You don't have to rate your own peppiness. You're just told that you weren't peppy enough.
Oh my God.
And that if you weren't peppy enough, it's your problem. You know?
That's
Like,
so...
fix this. Be happy. Be happy, goddamn.
Force yourself to be happy.
Be happy. There's also this, like, culture at Lululemon of oversharing personal details of your life. There is an expectation when you work at Lululemon that your life, there's no your workplace and your life. Your workplace is your life. You are Lululemon. You live and breathe Lululemon.
Whoa.
And so you're kind of almost like expected to bring your personal life into your job.
Oh.
And like an example that I have of this is this thing called the Petra Kutra. Okay. So it's this practice that's done within Lululemon at like meetings or during training for the first week. Every single morning, we had a different facilitator do this for us. And what it is it's a 15-minute presentation on all of the details of your life that brought you to be where you are today.
Oh.
And now let me tell you that during these Petra Kutras, people shared like partners cheating on them.
Whoa.
People's dads cheating on their moms, moving to England.
Oh my God.
Grandparents doing like assisted suicide.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So,
I guess that's a part of your journey to Lululemon.
I guess. Somehow. And this is the first week, guys. First week. First 15 minutes of every day. The entire life story of that person. Every single detail that you never needed to know about the person that you work with. A, the person that you work with. B, the person that is training you for 3 weeks and then you're never going to see again.
Yeah. What the hell? That's so weird.
Yeah. And in those moments that I was listening to those, I felt so bad for the people who were doing them. Like how draining it must be to sit in front of a group of like 40 people every single week and have to spill all of your trauma. It was basically like trauma dumping. They were just dumping all their trauma on us. And like that just must be so emotionally exhausting to do for a group of people that like you don't know.
Totally.
You might not be comfortable sharing these details with them, but it doesn't really matter because you have to do your Petra Kutra, and there's like this culture of oversharing. And
so
if you
bad.
don't share enough personal details, like it's not seen as like a good Petra Kutra. You need to tell everybody about what made you and why you're here.
Oh my
and
God,
everything
that's
in
too
your
much.
life that brought you to this.
Oh my God, like
Way too much.
I just
way
needed
too
a job,
much.
bro. I just had a thought
Just tell me
that,
your
like,
name and your
what if-
favorite color.
Yeah, that's
all
good
I need
enough
to know.
for an
The
icebreaker.
name of your pet.
Maybe a fun fact about yourself, if you could think
Yeah.
of one. 2 truths and a lie
So
is good enough
bad.
for me.
Oh,
What if they have to do the Petra Kutra in front of like upper management and just
they do.
okay, so is that how they get evaluated on if their Petra Kutra is good enough to do to the trainees? Like, do they have to
No.
do various iterations of it until they're like, okay, that's good enough and that's sad enough and
don't-
trauma enough and you can show it to
I don't
the trainees?
think so. I don't think so. I think that there just is very much like a culture of oversharing. And it's not necessarily a hard and fast rule. I think it's one of those more like unspoken rules of like, I've seen everyone do their Petra Kutra and this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Mine needs to resemble that in some way.
Oh my God.
I think it's
like a
more of that. I
competition
don't
of
think
trauma.
it's
They're,
yeah,
like, throwing
almost.
in everything they possibly can
It
to
was
be
so
like,
crazy.
"That's
And then like
insane."
afterwards, it was so awkward because if somebody shares that much with you, you want to say something, right?
right, of course.
But like it's a Zoom room of 40 people.
Fuck.
So all you can do is like send a little message being like, "Thank you for
Thank you for sharing.
I'm sorry that you had to share that.
How does that
I'm
go
sorry
down in
that you had to
person?
do this as part of your job, which you're definitely not paid enough to do." So anyways, there is a very prominent lack of boundaries
Yes.
while you're at work.
Almost immediately, you are shown that. Fuck.
It was so awkward.
Oh my God.
So on top of that, in this like world of toxic positivity, there are these things called clearings. Okay?
Scientology, hello.
This pissed me off to no freaking end when I worked there. It's basically a way of like getting everything out on the table. So a clearing was supposed to be your way of being like, hey, I didn't sleep well last night, super tired. You know, this is where I'm at. Which is okay. It's okay to like share these details, to be like, this is what's going on. You know, I just need to clear this. But there was an expectation for some reason that once you had cleared something, it wasn't a problem anymore.
Oh no.
So they'd be like, is there anything you need to clear today? And it would be an expectation that you could be like, oh, like I was tired, but you know, gonna push through. There was no like, do you need extra support? Do you need to go home? You're not feeling well. A clearing
Right.
was, they expect that once you say it,
You're
it's gone.
fine.
yeah, you just need to say it and then the
You are
problem goes
healed.
away.
What the
So it was just like such a surface level thing and I didn't understand it at all.
Yeah.
It didn't help me particularly.
I'm
I
sure
don't
it
know
didn't
if
help
maybe somebody
anybody.
else was like, I feel cured
Yeah.
after they had cleared something.
Sometimes you just need
but-
to vent, maybe, but I don't think that really helps with being tired. I think a nap would help
Yeah.
with that, for example. Maybe if they send you a nice little
Yeah.
coffee on the
Yeah,
company.
an
since
extra
apparently I have
5-minute
enough-
break today.
Yeah. Something like that would be nice, you know? But instead they're just like, okay, great. Thanks for sharing.
Okay, thank you for clearing.
Thank you for clearing.
that today. Ugh, piss me off.
Oh, that's
Piss me
so
off. If you're not going to do
triggering.
anything about it, don't ask me to share it. You know, I don't care. If you don't care, I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's just stop pretending to care.
Oh my God. And like, did you always have to share something, or can some days
You don't
you're
have
just
to.
like, yeah, I'm fine today. I really don't want
You
to
don't
talk
have
to you.
to.
Okay.
No, it's like you're not forced to.
Yeah.
But like pretty much any meeting that you ever had would start with, "Do you have anything to clear today?"
Oh my God.
And like you could if you, I didn't.
Yeah.
I never did. After like that first day, after I was like, okay, they were like,
What
just
was
say
the
something that you need to like, you know, where you're at right now.
I hate that.
After that first day and then nothing happened, I was like,
That's so
I'm never doing
stupid.
that again.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Now
Like-
everyone knows that I'm tired.
Like, if you're not going to get me a therapist, then why are you asking about my
Yeah.
problems?
Yeah. You want me to do my Petra Kutra now? Like,
Yeah,
what do you
literally.
mean?
What the hell? Why
It
do they
was
make people
February
do
of 1998.
that? I bet that's a part of their recruitment process to see like who can push past to the next level and to like be able to share
It's
that
just a
and
part
to
of
mix
this like
their lives intricately together.
I think this whole thing of like making people's personal lives a part of their jobs is a way to keep people around.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you just kind of like people start to like build their identity around Lululemon and like it becomes so ingrained in their lives in these ways because like there's no boundaries and like you're
Yeah.
expected to just like share everything and like be Lululemon.
Oh, and then
that I
everyone
think that
becomes
people
your
get stuck there
friend.
for a long time because
can
they're like, this
understand
is
that.
who I am. And like even me, like I had a lot of trouble actually quitting
Oh.
I don't know why. And like, I didn't like the job, but there's so many culty aspects of it that you do start to feel like you shouldn't quit.
Oh my God.
They do kind of suck you in.
It's deep, man.
It is deep.
You got in there.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
One thing that they did like very recently, I don't know if this is like confidential company information, but I'm going to share it anyways, is that now if you work at Lululemon for over 10 years, you get your employee discount for life.
Oh,
So
that's so cool.
they have a very clear goal of trying to get people to stick around forever.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do.
Yeah.
A lot of people, it's like their goal to work their way up in the company.
Oh,
You're like,
wow,
go.
holy shit.
Which, yeah, good for
And
them.
They're gonna
good
be
for them.
cult
I'm glad
leaders.
people have goals.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like, but
I don't know what that's like.
I'm
What's it
kidding,
like
I'm
to have a
kidding.
goal.
I'm kidding. But I'm
It's just
very
the
happy for people
existentialism
who
that Lulu put you through.
have a very clear direction in their life.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so positive that it's toxic and no boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
It's also not inclusive. I don't know if I need to say this. I think this just doesn't need to be said, but I'm going to say it anyways. Most people that work at Lululemon are white, able-bodied, fit-looking, and mostly
True.
women.
Oh.
This is less so at the GEC. The GEC is kind of like a place for people who can't work in store.
Oh, shit.
So there's a little bit more diversity at the GC, but for those of
the
you
ugly people in the back.
that can't see me, I did little quotations around can't.
Yes.
Because there is like a very clear unspoken thing at Lululemon, even in the GEC, that people would literally say, I could never work in store.
Oh.
That's why I came to the GEC.
Oh.
I wanted to work for Lululemon, but I couldn't work in store.
Oh
I
my
heard that so
God.
many times.
That's so fucking sad. So would
I know.
people get turned away from the store and then turned towards the GEC? Like, is that how it would work? Or would people just
No.
make this narrative in their heads where they secretly know that, like, they're looking for, you know, a specific type of person and they just don't fit that model?
Yeah, I don't know if it's so much like creating a narrative. I think it's very clear when you're looking in store at the people that work there. Also, if you apply for a job at Lululemon in store, part of the interview is a workout class. So
that's gotta
if
be
you're
illegal.
not particularly active, I know it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory, but I'm pretty sure if you don't go to it, you don't get the job.
Yeah, probably.
I did an interview once for in store because I was like desperate for a job, and I didn't go to the workout class because I was like, fuck that, I'm not working out with these people, and I didn't get the job. So
you failed initiation.
yeah, I didn't do it.
Clearly weren't desperate enough.
Yeah. So it's not very inclusive. It's not an inclusive space.
Yeah.
In store, at least. I think they're trying to work on it, but like, I think that's just PR.
Yeah, 100%. They're still just going to keep doing the same thing that they're doing.
Yeah.
They're just trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
Damn.
They have a big value on entrepreneurship. That's one of like the pillars of being an educator at Lululemon is entrepreneurship.
At an established company?
It's like integrity, blah, blah, blah. Yes, at an established company. And this is a way to have an excuse to not train people properly. That's all it is. As somebody who worked there, that's all it is. Because they want you to use your entrepreneurial spirit and find a solution in the moment. That's just so they don't have to write policies and procedures to actually help you do your job. What that leads to... Yeah, exactly. But there are certain things that you're not supposed to do, certain things that you're supposed to do, which are like kind of hard to figure out. But then they're like, oh, just be an entrepreneur. Find the best solution in the moment.
Oh my God. That sounds awful.
And it creates a lot of stress, obviously. And then it creates like an uneven customer experience where customers start to figure out that if they push enough, people will just give in. And if they yell at somebody enough, they will get extra things because people just like are like, please stop yelling at me, get off the phone, take a gift card. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it creates, I think, a lot of bad things in the company. I had a lot of instances of people like point blank asking me to give them a gift card or like 2 gift cards or 3 gift cards for no reason. And for no reason at all.
Did you say yes? Or were you like,
no? I was like, no. Like, this is not a request-based system. No.
What the fuck?
I had a personal policy that I only gave gift cards to nice people.
Good for you. Good for you, Courtney. I think
Thank
that's
you.
how
I had like a little
it should
group
work.
chat of like friends there,
Yeah.
and we all had the same policy. We're like, if they mean, they don't get gift cards. We want the nice people to call back and the mean people to never call back.
Yeah, exactly. Although that might not work though, because the nice people got what they wanted, you know? And they're like, okay, great, Lululemon's a great company. And then the mean people will be like, oh, let me try again. Since they've
No,
seen that
I
the
mean, yeah, I guess so. I guess so. But yeah. We wouldn't reward mean people
like
for their meanness, you know? I know it's a shitty situation, but you can react nicely, or you can yell at somebody. So if you yell at somebody, I'm sorry.
You don't deserve
you lost
a gift
the game.
card.
You don't get gift card.
No gift card for you. Not this entrepreneur.
And please don't call your local Lululemon and ask them for a gift card. You won't get through, actually. It'll take you 3 hours.
Right, they're still having a lot of issues.
Yeah. So don't try. They also have this culture of immediate feedback.
Oh,
which is a culture where anyone can give you immediate feedback on something that's happened. It's not limited to just your manager or your supervisors. It is anyone. I didn't encounter this too much at the GEC because we don't really deal with other people too much, so it wasn't that bad. But there are a lot of stories of people working in store where it becomes very toxic if you have, like, you know, something like slightly wrong with an interaction, or like you weren't successful in selling a pair of pants. Like your coworker will pull you to the side and tell you like, oh, you're so bad at this, like you can't sell pants, like this is a personal issue, like you just aren't put out for it, like you're not made for this.
What the fuck?
Because anyone can give you feedback, and you're supposed to take feedback about everything. It's how you grow. But a lot of the times it just becomes an excuse to like yell at people and make people feel bad. Yeah, pretty much.
That's so sad.
And you're supposed to learn from it.
Learn from getting yelled at, and then be like, well, it's just company policy, it's fine. But it's like just an excuse for someone to be a bitch. Dude.
So dumb.
Oh my God. If
So
I was
dumb.
a manager, I would be like, okay, yeah, the feedback. And I would make it look like I'm giving feedback, but I would really be like, you're doing really well.
literally. Also, all my
Deserve that
managers
commission.
there were very nice.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
hate to them either. They were very nice people.
Aw.
Everything is, so we know how we talked about how entrepreneurship is like a central pillar. I forget what it's called, but
You forget?
I'm going to use
core
pillar.
value?
Maybe. I don't know.
I forget.
I don't know. I'm going to call them pillars. So they also have pillars of authenticity and integrity. And now these are taken very seriously. And it gets translated into this, like, your work performance reflects who you are as a person.
Oh no.
And everything is your fault. Like,
Oh.
it's not that, you know, that person didn't want to buy a pair of pants. It's that
Right.
you're not outgoing enough to sell pants, because you have to be authentic and demonstrate integrity in every interaction you have with customers at a fucking business in your customer service job that you're making minimum wage for. But no, it's because you're just not good. You know,
You're just
you're a
not
bad
good
person.
enough
You don't
to
have the
sell
characteristics for this because you're not authentic enough. No one's going to be authentic while selling things. It's not an authentic thing to do.
Yeah, like everyone.
I'm always
knows
going to
the
fake it
second
if I'm trying to sell something.
Yeah, of course. And
You
it's
think
not
I'm
like the
gonna
customers
actually-
are completely blind to it. The
Yeah.
customers aren't like, oh, this person has my best interests at heart.
No, you work at Lululemon. And
We
like,
know.
you really think that I'm going to try to sell somebody a $100 pair of leggings?
Right.
If they don't want it, they don't want it.
They're not gonna get it. A lot of people go
not-
into Lululemon just to browse. Dude, actually,
Yeah.
I stopped going into Lululemon because of I hated talking
Because
to
of the salespeople?
The salespeople. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh God,
so
I don't go
annoying.
in there anymore unless I
So
know
many
I wanna
stores
buy
I don't go
something.
into because of that reason.
Yeah.
But yeah. Honestly, customer service, like pushy customer service, or like Lush does the same thing. I freaking hate going in Lush.
I love going into Lush. I find the people
I hate
so
going into
nice.
Lush.
I
No,
really
I hate-
like it.
I had this one experience in Lush where this girl, I don't like love being touched by other people. I think I've said
Oh,
this
is
on
this the
podcasts
hand
before. I
massage
hate
that
be-
they do?
Yeah, they gave me a full ass hand massage. They did not ask. They just like grabbed my hand and like put it in water. I don't
Yes.
want. Ew.
In warm
Stop.
water.
Did you ask me if I wanted this? Where's the
Oh.
consent? Put it in water. Started like
Oh,
interlocking fingers with me and like looking into my eyes and talking to me, and I was literally just looking around. I was like, I need to go. Can you please
Courtney,
wash this
I'm
off my
so
hand?
sorry. That
It
sounds
was
awful.
so uncomfortable, and I don't think I've ever been back in a Lush since. Or like, if
Whoa.
I think maybe once, and I was like, I'm just looking.
You're on your
I
card.
don't want anything. I'm not here for anything. Please don't massage my hand.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Don't hold my hand, please.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
That's
But
so
yeah,
weird.
I totally get it. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
It's just
There was
not a
this.
thing. It's just
I
uncomfortable.
remember. Yeah, I remember in trading some conversation around like pushing people into like buying stuff and whatever, and like I just remember having the thought of like, why would I ever push somebody into buying $100 pair of pants if they don't have the capacity to buy it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know. I remember what it was. They have this payment program now where you can pay your Lululemon orders off in like monthly installments.
Yes.
And they're
yes,
like,
I've
oh, if
seen
somebody
that.
says it's too expensive, like offer this as an option.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking like, I would like never, if I was actually being authentic, I would never do that. If somebody can't pay for a pair of pants, like their financial well-being is more important than Lululemon making another sale, you know? I was like,
yeah,
I will never do that. And I never did do that. I was
Good
like,
for you.
yeah, I
Good
get
for
it.
you. I don't know. Some people really do want the pants though, and they would be like,
I know.
Maybe
If you want
a
the
customer
pants,
would
that's
ask
fine.
for that and be like, listen, I can pay you
Yeah.
$30 now and $30
Yeah.
next month and $30 next month. That's a lot easier to stomach than paying $100 up front.
Yeah. You know what? I
get
get it. I
Right.
get it. I would never push somebody into that. If
Ha.
they said your pants are too expensive, I would say fair enough. I actually never even suggested that anyone buy our pants. I never did the sales part of it. I just helped people with their problem, and I was like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
We were supposed to like help them place a new order, make product recommendations. I was just like, okay, bye.
You're like, thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. That's what my company's like too. They're like, if someone wants to cancel, don't force them. Don't give them some sales pitch, blah, 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 blah. Like, don't do that whole thing. Just move on to the next.
Yeah.
Honestly, it helps preserve the customer relationship a lot. Like, because then they don't feel pressured. You don't feel awkward. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to keep that relationship somewhat positive instead of just always
Yeah.
about sales.
Yeah. Hold on, what's my next point here? Toxic ideas about health and fitness. This is something that did not exist at the GC, but it does exist in stores from what I've read. So employees are heavily encouraged to work out. And okay, this is something we did get at the GC, but it's like not really, I don't know. So basically, Lululemon will pay for your fitness classes. They give you a prepaid Visa card, but the Visa card only works for group fitness classes and activities that Lululemon creates gear for. So you can't use it to work out at the gym. You can't use it for like things like bouldering because they don't have a line for bouldering.
Yeah.
So it's basically just to use your body as a walking billboard.
Oh,
If we're being honest.
shit.
They put it out there as something really nice that they're doing, and I understand that it's better than nothing, but I would rather you maybe just give me the $250.
Yeah, and just be
It's
like,
also
go
a tax
live
write-off for
healthy
them.
lifestyle. Oh, it is.
I
eh?
have
'Cause it's
I
like a
had to pay
charity?
tax on it. I had to pay tax on any money that I used off of that card, but they got a tax break from it.
What the
So it's
fuck?
kind of not that nice.
Yeah, it's kind of just a little bit of a loophole for
just
them.
give me the extra money.
And then they frame it
I
as
don't
like
know.
such a nice thing, but really they're just like, make sure. Do they like check if you're wearing Lululemon to the workout class?
No, no, they
Damn.
don't.
Like
They don't.
in Adidas.
I mean, I think most people do because like
Probably.
you get a pretty good discount as an employee, which I also think is just a reason to use your body as
Yeah.
a walking billboard. But whatever. I mean, it is nice. It's nicer than nothing. It's nicer than nothing, but I don't think it's like all that nice
Yeah. They're not doing it from the intent of being nice to you. They're doing it for.
to use your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people are shamed in store for eating or drinking unhealthy things. There was one story of an employee that said her coworker once told her that her soda would rot her from the inside out.
Great.
And
Thank you.
eventually, in-store employees were actually banned from drinking anything but water while they were on shift because the company did not want it to look like their employees were unhealthy. So you couldn't drink anything but water. Sometimes
great.
employees work out together in the break rooms, apparently.
In the
They
break
do, like,
room.
Yeah, during the breaks. They'll do like sit-ups and push-ups and stuff like that during their breaks.
Wow.
And they all work out together outside of work hours. They're
Wow.
like kind of pressured into working out.
Invigorating stuff, hey? Just got a workout group for a
freaking
friend
annoying.
group. For coworkers. That's very interesting.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I
One
would
thing-
not fit in this situation. I'm not going to lie.
No,
I can't imagine
no.
myself going to workout classes with my coworkers.
Oh my God, never.
That sounds horrible.
Never. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
No, that's not a situation.
I don't even go to
I'd be
workout
comfortable.
classes, you know?
Right. And then
I don't go to workout
Zumba?
classes with strangers, with anyone.
Yeah, seriously. Sounds very
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, just no thank you. If that's not a state that everyone needs to see me in, you know, like sweaty and like, you know, in pain.
Exactly.
We could do
passing out
without.
on the ground. That's only
Yeah,
for
we
close
could do
friends.
without. Yeah, exactly. Close friends. A practice that they have in store is eavesdropping. They're actually trained to eavesdrop on customers. So people are listening to you while you're in store. And it goes so far that they actually strategically place their folding tables
Yeah.
to be by the change rooms so that they can hear what you're saying about their clothing, and they have a little book that they can actually write down things that they're hearing, and the book gets like passed on to like design teams and stuff like that to hear like what people are saying about the products. Instead of paying for market research, they just listen to you while you're in store.
I like this. I think this is very smart.
It's weird though. It's weird. Just do the market research.
Yeah, I guess
You're putting
so.
a lot on employees
Yeah, that's
to
true.
listen,
That's
to
true.
violate someone's freaking conversation.
Yeah, it's a good idea though. But it is a little
Like, it's
weird.
good
I
that they
feel bad
care
for
about the
employees.
feedback of the people. Mm-hmm. I just wish that they did it through a more official route.
Yes, consensual feedback where they could be like,
Yeah.
"Thank you for
Hey,
coming.
do you have
Fill out
feedback
this."
about... Hey, I heard you were saying this thing about this product. Do you mind if I pass that along to our design team? That would be great.
Yeah,
That would be...
and,
And,
the
then
customer would feel
customers
super
would be like, oh
involved.
my God, yeah, thank you. That'd be great.
Yeah, I like that actually.
Yeah.
good
Yeah, so
ideas,
it's
Courtney.
almost there. It just needs an extra step to
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
almost there. And now I'm going to talk about like two interesting cases about Lululemon stores, and then we'll move on to Chip. I'm sorry, this is like a really long segment. I'm sorry, everyone.
It's okay.
My bad. Got lots to say about Lululemon.
Let it out.
So the first one is the seaweed issue. Now, I was not here at the company. I only stayed at the company for like 3 months. Full disclaimer. It wasn't there very long.
You got to
So
know it too
basically,
much.
they made a pair of pants, which they claimed were made of seaweed. And they also claimed that this fabric would release vitamins and minerals into your body and reduce inflammation just because of the seaweed, like the properties that were in the seaweed. Everyone was so excited and hyped up about this.
Cool.
And now, like, there's like this Canada Commission or something. I don't know what they're called. But they
commission,
did a
yes.
test on the fabric.
They did.
They did.
Why?
They did. Because they were like, this is insane. This is an insane claim. Wearing
no
this piece of
way.
clothing can give me vitamins. And they found that there was absolutely no difference between the seaweed pants and a cotton shirt. And then they did additional testing where they specifically looked for molecules that were found in seaweed and found a zero.
Zero.
And then
That's so
Chip,
bad.
who was the old CEO, we'll get into him in a minute, he responded to this. He like tweeted, or it was an interview or something like that. And he said, if you actually put it on and wear it, it's different from cotton. That is my only test of it.
He's
That's
just
it.
Self-report.
That's all he said.
I've never tested it, but
He's like,
I've
well, it's
worn
not
it.
cotton. So what is it?
What the fuck?
It must be seaweed. It
It's
feels
actually
different.
than cotton.
It feels different.
Shit, it's different than cotton. That's what the point is. Like, obviously, it's not cotton. Oh my god, that's so funny. What a good rebuttal. Just neither confirm nor deny, but when you wear the product, it is
It's different. It's not cotton.
You're right.
It feels different.
There is a difference
but it actually
between
was
cotton and workout
That's the
material.
thing.
It was.
Yeah, because they compared it to a cotton t-shirt.
Oh, shit. So stupid. That's... Why can't you just be like, yep, it's not seaweed? Well, okay,
Yeah.
I get why
Well,
you
he
can't
didn't
do
want
that.
to. He didn't want to like be like we're liars.
Yeah, of course.
So he was just like, it's not. It doesn't feel like cotton.
I don't understand what the
I never tested it.
idea was behind
just
it in the
feels
first
different.
place. Like,
I
why
don't
would
know.
you release something like that said it would give you like vitamins into
PR
your skin?
thing. They have like weird fabrics. They're like big about fabrics. All of their fabrics have like a different name.
Yeah.
And like made for like different things, and like it's very, and like they'll have like one pair of leggings that's made in like 3 different types of fabrics.
Oh, okay.
And their fabrics are all patent and like copyrighted or whatever it
Holy
is.
shit, that's
Trademarked.
intense.
Yeah.
Wow. Just patented fake
fabric.
seaweed fabric.
Yeah, I don't know what they patented. The unique cotton blend that feels different from regular cotton.
It just feels different. Like, what?
And then the other incident that I cannot skip over is the murder. The
murder.
Lululemon murder.
Yes.
The murder. Yes. All right.
remember
So
those.
for those of you that don't know about this, basically one employee, her name is Brittany Norwood. She murdered Jana Jana Murray on March 11th, 2021. 2011.
Yeah.
Not 2021. Sorry, guys. 2011. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
My brain broke. So they were coworkers. And this happened in Washington, D.C. And basically, Murray and Norwood were closing the store together one night. And Murray accused Norwood of stealing leggings after they had closed the store, like putting them in her bag or whatever. And this really pissed Norwood off because she was like, how dare you catch me stealing leggings? Actually, I don't know
actually
if
did
she
steal
stole
them?
them. I don't know. That wasn't confirmed or denied. I'm just assuming she was. She sounds like she's a little unstable.
Oh, okay.
And then, so they had like carried on through the night and they had, cleaned everything up and shut the store down and stuff like that. And then right before they left, Norwood said that she had forgotten her wallet in the back room and asked Murray to walk with her to get it. Because, sketchy stores at night.
Back
I totally
room,
get it.
for sure. Yeah.
And once in the back room, they had a brief argument. And then Norwood then attacked Murray, and she inflicted 331 injuries onto her, which were all like stab wounds and head injuries.
Whoa.
And of course, Murray died.
Yeah.
But then Norwood staged a crime scene and came up with this whole story that intruders had raped both of the women and killed Murray. And basically, Norwood like lay on the ground all night until someone came in the morning and was like, oh my God. Help me, something like that.
So fucked up.
Yeah. So it obviously did not work. Yeah. I think she must have like somehow covered herself in blood or like, I don't know. So it didn't work. And Norwood got life in prison. And many people say that Lululemon's toxic work environment was like a reason that this happened. And now obviously there's no way to confirm this.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big claim.
That's huge
to put on a company.
You can't.
But
it's dangerous.
What I personally think is that Norwood was obviously already unstable and maybe the toxic work environment just kind of pushed her over the edge. Or like put her into that
people to be bitches
headspace.
to each other and to give like feedback. I'm sure was a part of the reason why she even brought up the leggings in the first place. If I saw someone stealing like leggings, I probably wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, and if it's not like a calming, positive place to work and you're already under emotional distress in some way, it might make it worse and it might make you
totally.
So that's my theory about it.
That's a good theory.
So I'm going to move on, I guess, quickly to Chip. Good old Chip Wilson. Chip Wilson was the founder of Lululemon. He founded the company in Vancouver, so it's a Canadian company.
Yay! Oh, yeah.
And he is a very controversial figure.
Yes.
Very controversial. He is a piece of shit, to put it nicely. So he basically based the whole company off of the ethos of a book called Atlas Shruggin'. And even so much that in 2011, the quote, "Who is John Galt?" was put on, like their bags that have like all the quotes on them?
Oh, yes.
They put that on their bag. So it's like an integral part of the company. And also a lot of people who work in store have to like read books as part of their training.
Oh, no.
And this book is on the mandatory reading list for training at Lululemon.
Wow, that's interesting.
And this book is about overhauling the government while keeping only your self-interest in mind. So it's about pursuing your self-interest no matter the cost to other people.
Oh.
That's what the book is about. And that's what the company is built on.
Excuse me? What the fuck? Okay. Yeah. That's super not what you want on a team, but okay, let's go.
Okay, yeah.
Jesus.
And Chip Wilson once said publicly, I think he actually wrote it in a book. He released a book, and this was in his book, that he supports child labor.
Oh.
He cites that
kids,
child labor is excellent training for life. He wrote that he noticed there were kids in North America who were not cut out for school and they should have dropped out a long time ago, but they just keep shrugging through the system. Whereas in places such as Asia, kids would learn a trade and contribute to their family.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's so fucking sad. What is wrong with this guy?
And he's
like, good, they're contributing to the family.
Such
Are you okay?
a strange stance for him, because part of the reason why Lululemon became so big was because their clothes were made in a small factory in Vancouver, ethically.
Oh.
that's something like it doesn't work that way anymore. I think it's made offshore now.
Oh,
but when the company first
very
started, that is one of the
controversial.
things that kind of contributed to their success because people were like, oh, this is a Canadian product made in Canada. People are being paid fair wages. And then, so they could have used that. They could have been like, yes,
How do both
that
of those
we
ideologies
are against
exist?
child labor.
Yeah.
But no, Chip is like,
I support
child labor. Woo! Children have a place in my factories.
Yeah, kids gotta work. Good for them.
Yeah.
They know they're not cut out for school. Let them go to work.
And he also said that it's better for like homeless and troubled youth to go to work rather than get government handouts.
All right, sir.
So just something to think about.
All right. I don't understand how this person is these people. He sounds like he has multiple
so
personalities.
bad.
I don't understand. He's so contradictory of himself.
Yeah.
So
I think like the
problematic.
Vancouver thing, like him making clothes in Vancouver, I think was part of like creating an image for Lululemon that it was like a higher end product.
Okay.
Because a lot of higher end products are like
Right,
made in
yeah,
North
like-
America or like Europe or, you
It's
know.
always that kind of area. Where
Yeah.
It's like,
So I think it was
the
that
mountains,
versus like
Patagonia.
ethically made. I don't think they actually like use the ethically made thing as like part of their company. I think people just like that. And
Yeah.
people like caught wind of it and liked it kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. It's so weird. This guy is so dynamic. So many different sides to him. Wow.
He also flat out not even just like agrees, but claims that he designs his clothing for only a certain body type.
Oh, no.
That is a purposeful decision that Chip made, and
Really?
he talks about it a lot. He is quoted to say that some women's bodies just do not actually work in his exclusive
Your
leggings.
body doesn't work. Sorry.
He also claimed that it was too expensive to make plus size clothing because there was too much fabric needed.
Oh. That's gotta hurt.
Which is bullshit because the
so
profit
fucked.
margins of Lululemon are astronomical.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is
the
a
fabric
bullshit.
isn't the problem here, sir. It's your
Bullshit.
mentality.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
fucked. What is wrong with this fucking dude? If you already have so much fucking money, like, if you're actually concerned about that stupid of a problem, like, here's the solution. Make the plus size clothes, sell them, and then you're opening up your market to a whole
Yeah, you're gonna have
bunch
more
of other people.
customers.
Yeah.
People are gonna like your brand more.
Yeah. Like, why would he claim that? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Oh,
And
my
it's
God.
like known that they purposely stock less of the larger sizes in their stores so that if you are a larger size, you have to ask for your size and you have to ask for a bigger size and you have to get someone to go look for it. And that
Oh.
puts you obviously in like an embarrassing moment and no one
Yeah.
wants to be like stuck in that moment. So it's a way to like deter people who might need a bigger size from shopping at Lululemon.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's definitely a deterrent. And you know what else? When they bring you that bigger size and it fits, you're like,
Yeah.
I know you have to get this now. Like, I had to get this person to do extra work for me. It
Which,
works
like,
in so many ways.
The
so
company
fucked.
is saying that they're like, you know, making an effort to now make bigger sizes. And they are making bigger sizes, but they're doing it so freaking slow. There's like 3 pairs of leggings that have bigger sizes now. They're releasing them like little by little on a
Yeah.
couple of their products. It's not that hard. It's the same freaking product.
Yeah, literally.
Just keep going as you go up the sizes. Just keep going. Like, it's not. It should be all of them all at once. But right now
Yeah.
it's like a few limited products will be offered in plus size.
Why are they doing it so slowly? There must be a reason. Like, they must be trying to figure out, like,
Yeah.
how to PR it over and
I
smooth it
think-
out or something like that.
Yeah, I think it
Because
has
right now
something
they're
to do with,
negatively
like,
viewed.
I think it has something to do with Lululemon's image that
Yeah.
they're like stuck between the fact that their like ideal customer is a thin fit person and those are the people that they want wearing their clothes, but they get really bad PR from the fact that they don't have plus size clothes. So I think they're trying to like do both at once, which isn't the right thing to do, in my opinion. I think they should just make sizes that fit people. Just an idea.
That's so weird. That's so dumb. Ugh. Ick.
Yeah. He also blames cigarettes and birth control for high divorce rates. He said that men do not know how to relate to the new female. and that females
What is this?
and that females are too involved in the workplace trying to imitate men.
Oh,
And now
wait a second.
he created Lululemon to combat this issue. Because how can you be a powerful woman in the workplace? How can you be in a board meeting wearing leggings? So he designed, he's like, this is not like here, like he said this. He designed the Lululemon clothes to encourage a more leisurely lifestyle for women.
Oh my God.
And to encourage them to dress more femininely.
Oh,
So that they weren't trying to like
clothing.
wear like blazers and be in the workplace.
But Lululemon has men's clothes too.
They do now. They do now.
Oh.
They didn't when they started.
It was only
this was
for
like
women.
founding years. It was only for women because he thought there were too many women in the workplace and not enough women of leisure. And that
Okay.
birth control
Was to blame
because
for
women
this?
were able to be in the workplace more because they like, you know, weren't having babies every 3 seconds. And cigarettes, I think, just because women were like trying to imitate men. He says
sure,
that's what
the
he
power.
says.
Yeah.
Are the reason for high divorce rates. Which high divorce rates aren't necessarily a bad thing, which Illuminati pointed out. She said maybe it was just people feeling more comfortable leaving unhealthy or unhappy relationships, abusive relationships. It's not always a bad thing.
Yeah,
and I'm
that
pretty
doesn't mean the
sure
same thing. That's so fucked.
women having birth control is a good thing. Like,
I don't understand why he would say that. That's so stupid. Like the new generation of men knows how to relate to the new generation of women. It's not like instinctively
I think it's just you,
read
Chip.
into them to not know a woman who is smoking. You know what I mean? Like that's not.
yeah,
There's no correlation.
Not like,
there.
whoa,
Yeah. Like,
who
when you-
is that?
That's not a woman. That's not how women.
But
are
she's
in nature.
smoking.
It's like you don't know what smoking is until you're socially taught what smoking is. Like he just has a lot going on, I think.
He does have a lot going on. He also blames women being in the workplace on higher rates of breast cancer.
Oh,
Now,
good.
the
Now
link
he's
between
getting into
this-
breast cancer.
I don't know what the frig it is. It has something to do also with birth control, I think, but I think it's like the stress and the extra hormones. Breast cancer.
Oh.
Bam, breast cancer, which kind of makes sense, but also fuck you, Chip.
Yeah, for a second I was like, he might
I
actually
agree.
have a point there.
Actually, no, this isn't true because I'm pretty sure being on birth control either increases or decreases your chance of getting certain types of cancer.
Damn it. Okay. I don't know which
I think
one
it
is.
decreases the chances of getting cervical cancer,
That's cool.
but I could be very wrong about that.
I don't know.
But
about
anyways,
breast
I don't
cancer.
think
I'm not
the solution is to take women out of the workplace. I think it's to create better birth control.
sure. Yeah.
Just an idea.
You know what would be great if we get like male birth control when that finally happens. Have you seen that like sperm
Yeah.
zapper that like you put your balls in
Yes.
this bath
And then we
it,
can
like,
blame
zaps your
men for
sperm for like
everything.
3 months? Then we could be like,
Ooh.
I don't relate to this new man. I don't understand.
Who are you?
The vibes are just off.
Where's the thrill?
Where's the thrill?
The
That's a good
danger.
one.
We're
might
generations
ruin
of
my
Bella
life.
and Edward stands.
Exactly.
Can't get me pregnant when I don't want to be. Don't want it.
It's all about it, man. That's the kinkiness.
It's all
of
about the
sex.
risk.
That's the only reason people have sex is to not get pregnant. It's it's like ooh,
What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Chip also named Lululemon to specifically make fun of Japanese people.
Oh, I heard about this. Yeah. He's making
because
fun of the accent, right?
yes, because phonetically, like in the Japanese language, lu as a sound does not exist. So it completely makes sense that Japanese people cannot pronounce this.
Yeah.
But yeah, he made it Lululemon because he thought it was funny when Japanese
I'm
people would
laughing
try
at
to
him,
say.
not
I know
at-
it's like I know that you're laughing at like the shock
Yeah.
of it, and like I understand. I understand the laugh. I was like,
That's
I was doing the
fucked,
same thing.
because that would never cross my mind. It's insane that someone has gone to this level of like
Yeah.
deliberate thought
Of
and deliberate
fuckery.
racism and sexism to create.
I
and
know.
Somehow ended up with
Just
a really
blatant
successful company.
too.
Yeah, just
Not denying it.
what the fuck?
Just being like, LOL, racism's funny. And that's why my company is called this.
Yeah, what is wrong with this?
Yeah. So he thought it would be funny to try to listen to Japanese people pronounce this. And he also named it Lululemon because he knew it would distinguish his brand as a North American brand, because no brand in Asia or like in Japan would call their company Lululemon, because those sounds don't exist.
Okay.
So he did it to like distinguish Lululemon as North American.
Oh my God. All right. I guess.
He also believes that getting
Weirdo.
sick is a personal choice. It's a personal choice. That's it. Which is where the slogan, stress is related to 99% of illness, that's on their bags, comes from.
Oh.
I used to think that was like a really cool quote, being like, yeah, stress does cause a lot of illness, and it does.
Yeah.
But he believes that being sick is a personal choice. That it's all a mindset. That that a happy mind breeds a happy body.
Interesting.
And a sick mind breeds a sick body. And if you're sick, it's all your fault. You need to do better.
I think he's taking it to an extreme.
I think so. It's a good starting point. Like with the birth control thing. A good starting point. Got a little out of control.
Yeah.
Went the wrong. He took a wrong turn somewhere in there.
Yeah.
The right base to the idea.
You know, taking care of yourself.
Yes.
Is a choice, which could lead to you being healthy.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Maybe
and stress is really bad for your body. There's a lot of scientific articles that prove like higher levels of cortisol are really bad for you in the long term. But it's not a choice.
It's not everything.
That's where he's wrong. People just don't choose to be stressed and unhappy.
Exactly. Their life
or
is
sick.
Stressful. Oh my God. I don't understand.
So needless to say, Chip was eventually asked to step down from the company because
so erratic.
he is a piece of shit.
He's very unpredictable.
But he was allowed to remain part of the company and stay as the chairman of its board.
Oh, okay.
And then in an interesting turn of events, he then created a website, specifically a hate website for Lululemon. So he made a company, got kicked out of the company, was kept on the company's board, and then made a hate website about the company that he created so that he could write everything that's wrong about the company since he's left. He wanted to talk about the company's demise.
Oh my God.
Now that they're not making decisions without him.
How's the website doing?
I have no idea. I literally.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
That's such a weird turn of events, my guy. You're going against your own company? Like,
he's
okay.
just a weird dude. And
is
I can
a really
tell you
weird
that
dude.
during working at Lululemon, Chip is a taboo subject.
No one wants to talk about him?
I think it was mentioned once in my training, his name.
Oh my God.
And he's the founder of the company. He was until I think 2014 or 2016. So
Yeah.
a very long time he spearheaded the company, but he's like wiped
that's
from Lululemon
bad.
history.
Damn. I wonder how people
So,
dealt with him. How
yeah.
did this company get so successful? This guy's such a fucking weirdo.
I think the company is built off of just this idea of exclusivity. And I think that's how the company has done so well.
Yeah. You're totally right. I would be like, I want Lulu so badly. And my mom would be like, those are $80 for a pair of pants, honey.
Yeah, like,
that's not worth
why?
it.
Why?
I was like, come
So-
on, please.
Yeah, it's clear to see how a company built by such a messed up person could become the monster that it is.
Yeah.
In the unhealthy workplace that it is. I have never cried so much at a job. I only worked there for 3 months. It pays minimum wage, but it's a lot, guys. It's a lot. And some people really like it, and all power to them if they want to stay and they like the company. But yeah, it's
was
kind of
not your
toxic. It's kind of
experience.
weird. Not my experience. Weird company. Their clothing is like okay too. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's okay. It's okay. Advice from an insider: never buy Align pants ever in your entire life. They are yeah. They don't last like longer than like 3 months. They will break.
Shit. Who would have thought?
So yeah,
Align
don't
is
do that.
trash. Good to know.
And don't work there.
Yeah, if you can
Don't
avoid
get
it.
sucked into it. Yeah, if you can avoid it.
Oh, you poor thing. Well, I'm glad that you're out on the other side and you don't have to deal with their bullshit anymore every day. Their toxic ass workplace. Dude,
Fuck you.
the ultimate
Upper
win.
management.
The ultimate W. Yeah. Okay, guys, that brings us to the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for listening to Courtney's chat about Lululemon. That was very insightful, very interesting. Yeah. Fuck Lululemon and fuck Chip, you freaking weirdo guy. But thank you for proving to us that even the weirdest men, even the weirdest people can become entrepreneurs of their own companies if they really put their mind to it, I guess. I don't think that's the lesson.
Doesn't mean they should.
Doesn't mean they should.
You definitely can.
And if you want to see more of us, you can find us on Instagram at very.unimportant.people. You can find us on Patreon, which is on our Instagram, and it's just on our link tree in our bio. Just click on that, go to our Patreon, and you can pay only $3 or $4 a month for exclusive content. I think it's $4 a month for exclusive content. Every month, you get to see our beautiful faces in video form, and you get to see some highlights, and you get to see some other fun stuff. So make sure you check that out. You can find us on Twitter at @VUnimportantPPL. And most importantly, you can find us on TikTok. So go do that right now. Or we'll cry. And you don't want to see that.
On the podcast.
Live.
For an hour.
And that's it for us this week. Have a great.
Bye.